Hi everyone, welcome to the JollyBon Kickoff Webinar. I'm Jessica with the Marketing Department. I've got Paul with Training here with me, and we were so excited to talk about all things JollyBon as we get this promotion started. Now going into the agenda, you might have seen some of this in your JollyBon meetings, and we will repeat a couple of things, but really this is an opportunity to do some quick reminders and take a deeper dive on some of the things that we will be doing for the promotion. So for our agenda today, we're going to talk about key dates. We're going to do an overview of the promotion, specific marketing support. I'm going to pass it over to Paul to talk about training and operations, along with ordering information and POS programming. Now for key dates, I just want to remind you guys that starting November, just around the corner, we will have red Cinepack boxes available in DCs. These will come in substitution to your teal pack boxes when you order them for the holidays, so be sure you have that in. And the red pack boxes will substitute those. We also have available team member holiday gifts through Icebox. I'll get into a little bit more detail about that later, but you will be able to basically order gifts for your team members this holiday season that are Cinnabon branded, thanks to our partnership with Icebox. And of course, you know, since you're here, that we have our kickoff webinar today. JollyBon this year has two parts. So you will be receiving Part 1 kits coming up towards the end of October, going into early November, in time for the promotion kicking off on November 14th. You will also receive your Part 2 JollyBon kit separately, leading up to a January 9 launch for Part 2 of JollyBon. And we're about to see sort of what distinguishes those two parts of the promotion. So as you can see here, for Part 1, it's all things red, all things Cinepacks. We're really focusing on our high-ticket item for JollyBon, which is Cinepacks, and making sure we have that bright red marketing materials up in the bakeries to capture the guests that are walking by and capture that attention. In addition to featuring our Cinepacks, we are also launching 2 new hot cocoa flavors in partnership with the premium chocolate brand Ghirardelli. So one of the flavors is going to be the regular Ghirardelli hot cocoa, and the second one will be our signature cinnamon roll hot cocoa. With this promotional window, we will also have an offer of add a hot cocoa to any baked treat for just $2 more. Now, once we move into JollyBon Part 2, starting January 9, we are switching over to a teal color scheme and also switching over the product focus to hot cocoa. The reason we're switching over from red to teal is that this is, it's launching January 9th, it's after the holiday season, so we don't want to be that place with all of our Christmas decorations up still past the holidays. With this promotion, we are also doing a beverage pairing focus, both with Bon Bites and sticks. During this time of the season, people have made their resolutions and they're ready to go a little bit lighter. So rather than featuring our indulgent Cinepacks, we're going to be featuring these pairings with our sticks and with our Bon Bites, which are lighter and a little bit more permissible to our guests. And again, throughout this promotion, we will also continue to offer the hot cocoa add-on for $2 more. Now going into some specific marketing support, you're about to see our 360 approach to what we do to put together these promotions. So we definitely have a lot of in-bakery marketing materials to support JollyBon, but there's a lot of different components that go into how we promote this, promote JollyBon in the bakery as well as outside of the bakery. So as JollyBon comes up, we will have some really great local store marketing tools for you guys, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We do a lot with PR, public relations, and social media, leveraging our millions of fans and followers, as well as our great connections to the media to promote JollyBon and our bakeries. We are launching a brand new website along with beautiful recipe videos centered around Cinepacks. We are also partnering with a digital gift card company called Yifty, and of course with every promotion we are sending out emails to our over 300,000 loyal members. So we're going to get into a little bit more detail of each of these components coming up here. Alrighty, so for Part 1 of JollyBon, the holiday season, here is an overview or a planogram of all the different marketing pieces you'll receive in your kit. You can see for the locations that have digital menu boards, you'll get a beautiful video loop of our JollyBon red pack boxes and our rolls, which will get pushed out at the launch of the promotion on November 14th. If you have static panels or printed panels in your bakery, you'll receive the marketing materials up in the upper right-hand corner. You also see that we have our vertical banner stand insert featuring Cinepacks in our classic roll. And in the next slide, you'll actually see some specific other items that will be included in the POP kit. So for the locations that have printed promo panels, you'll receive a round sticker that you can see in the upper right-hand corner, this round sticker is an add-on promotion. It says, add a hot cocoa to any baked treat for just $2 more. So that is something that you'll want to adhere to your right panel, which features the Bon Bites with the hot cocoa. As with every JollyBon kit, you'll also receive a pre-order counter card with tear pads. Now, this is a great tool for the team members to use as a talking point at the register to let people know that they can put in their order in advance, and that way they will be ready for them to pick up. This is also a great tool from a production standpoint, because then the team can go ahead and prepare to fulfill this, since there's a lot of demand and purchases for Cinepacks during this holiday season. Just below that, we will include a gift card stand insert that's themed JollyBon. We also will send 2 versions of our display topper or counter cards. These are featuring the hot cocos. One is going to have the promotional offer with the price point, so the add a hot cocoa to your baked treat for just $2 more. The second version will have a non-priced version that just says to add a hot cocoa to your baked treat. So every bakery will receive 2 of these. You can choose to display one or the other or both if you have the counter space to do so. Moving over from that, with our new Bon Bites Cinepack marketing counter card, we are updating that again for the JollyBon season, putting some red in there, and we're also including some new JollyBon branded Cinepack label stickers. So those will be a great addition to having those trays stacked by the register, and the team members will be able to speak to that, since we are going to have that displayed right at the register for the guests. Then moving over from that, we have a new transaction mat insert. So this insert actually features all of our beverages, whether it's the hot beverages, the cold, the ice, the blended, and it's a really great educational piece for our guests who come up to the bakery and they know it's for our rolls, but maybe not necessarily our drinks. So with that, front and center on our counter, we're able to give the team members a chance to sort of have that for display and to speak to all the different beverage offerings that we have. Of course, we'll have coupon flyers, as with every kit, and a new Cinepack header card for JollyBon as well. Now talking a little bit about team member merchandising. Everyone had the opportunity to pre-order their sizes for their team for these red JollyBon t-shirts. That time period is now closed, but if you don't submit your sizes, don't worry, you will still receive a standard mix of t-shirts for the JollyBon season. If you need to exchange them, return them, order any additional, you can still do that with Icebox, and that'll just be based on how much is left in inventory and out of pocket. In addition to these t-shirts, we also have team member buttons coming through, so you'll be able to wear those on your aprons or on your shirts to promote Cinepack. And we will also have a team member reminder that will be attached to the POS system facing your host, your cashier. And this just gives them a reminder to talk about Cinepacks. It's going to be a busy time of year. They're going to be greeting guests and offering samples, and of course we always want to drive home that Cinepacks are a great way to share the love, share the sweetness with friends and family. So that's really what that's going to help your team member do at the register. As mentioned before, we have a team member holiday gifting program. So we have a lot of really great swag, Cinnabon branded items that you can purchase for your team or for your bakery managers. It ranges anywhere from sunglasses to beanies, all the way to hoodies. And if you have some bakery managers that have been with you for a long time, or you want to purchase some apparel for yourself, we also have some higher end fleeces and vests that you can purchase as well. So details for this should be available on Icebox. It's already open and ready for ordering. You just reach out to Icebox on their website, or if you need to get set up with Icebox, you can reach out to your FBC for more information. Also mentioned before, we have some really great local store marketing tools for this holiday season. As you can see here, we have 2 kits for Black Friday, because we know that is a really busy time for bakeries in the malls. One is going to be a guest-facing kit to promote hot beverages, discounted hot beverages specifically, and really that's just a great time to capture people who are walking by and shopping and needing that extra boost or that extra warmth. The second Black Friday kit is for mall employees. So this is actually going to be in advance of the holidays to really start building that relationship with store managers. What this includes is a pre-order form for Cinepacks, and the messaging really pinpoints ordering Cinepacks for their employees or for their teams. So it's really supposed to provide an inspiration to the managers to say, hey, I want to reward my employees because of all the work that they're putting in for the holidays. It's really sort of a gifting play, if you will. This is a special form because it also includes some coupons for the employees, and it's really just to build that relationship and have them think about Cinnabon for catering their staff meetings or for their special breakfasts for their employees. The next kit is a holiday sampling program. So now that we're introducing, brand new hot cocos and we want to get people tasting them, and it's kind of the best way to promote them, we will include a guide on how to sample them along with some local store marketing materials to support that. And this guide will also include, taking advantage of, for example, Santa sets in the mall, since that's a big thing at this time of the year. And lastly, we know that bakeries also like to put out tables, express pack tables, to further promote their Cinepacks during the holiday season. So we'll have some materials to support that. We've also coordinated with Icebox to have some really nice fabric tablecloths created that can be used not only for the holiday season, but for events beyond the holiday season. So they're really made to stand up through multiple uses. Check out Icebox online to order these. They are special orders, so it'll take a few weeks to get them. And now, looking at how we're going to be promoting JollyBon outside of the bakery. Everyone's on their mobile phones, their tablets, their laptops all the time now, so we need to be sure that we're communicating with them in those ways as well. So with that, we are launching a brand new, beautiful website that's going to really engage our guests who are coming to visit us online, and we're able to take that and convert that into hopefully a visit, because it's going to be easier to direct them to bakeries with this website as well. On this new website, we're actually also launching our new recipe videos. I'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide, but they're really going to be a great tool to drive people to the bakeries, because all of these recipe videos are going to be centered around Cinepacks. Every promotion, we always gear up on our social media. We talk to over 1 million fans and followers that like our pages, and we tell them about what's happening in the bakeries. We tell them about what's happening with JollyBon and Cinepacks. And so that's going to be a great way to drive awareness and traffic through social media. If you don't like us or follow us already, definitely get on there to see all the great content that we're putting out. Again, with every promotion, we will be sending out emails to 350,000 members who are loyal to us, who have given us their email addresses to hear about the latest news for Cinnabon. So, with every promotion, we always talk about what's happening in the bakeries and tell them to go to the bakeries and enjoy the bonds that are there. Lastly, we are partnering with Yifty, a digital gift card company, to promote gift cards outside of the bakery and online. So what's great about this is that we will actually be able to share a page where people can go to purchase gift cards online and send them online. They don't have to go into the bakery to purchase them necessarily, so this is a great way to drive awareness around gift cards and send people to the bakery to redeem them. Paul is going to talk a little bit more about this partnership and all the exciting things that make it so easy to use and implement for JollyBon. And then lastly, for marketing outside of the bakery, as I mentioned, we are developing these beautiful new recipe videos. As you all probably know, recipe videos are going viral online. You probably see it on your Facebook or your Twitter, and there's just these cute, easy to make videos that inspire guests to make these products themselves, these recipes themselves. So for us, ours are centered around Cinepacks. All they have to do is purchase a Cinepack, and it's easy to make these recipes from the Cinepacks. So it's going to be a great tool this holiday season to drive awareness about Cinnabon and to get people to go to that bakery and pick up a pack so they can make these delicious recipes. And to round out the marketing section, I just want to give you guys a sneak peek of our Part 2 Winter Warm-Up POP. The artwork is not final yet, but it's just a sneak peek of what's to come. Obviously, as I mentioned before, the product focus has shifted to hot cocos, and we, again, are moving more into this teal-blue color scheme than the red. It's after the holidays. We don't need to have the red anymore. So this is just a little sneak peek, as I mentioned, of the new POP that will be coming out to support the Part 2 of JollyBon, which we have themed Winter Warm. I'm going to pass it on to Paul now to talk to you about training and operations.
Great, Jessica, thank you so much. And again, to everybody on the line, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for our 2016 JollyBon webinar. So first, we're going to talk a little bit about Yifty. Several of you have seen Yifty gift cards come through. I just wanted to give a little bit of an overview. So we're going to have some comprehensive training that will come out for our entire system. Next week, we're doing some internal training sessions, and then you can expect that between now and probably middle of next week, your franchise business consultant will be reaching out to you to set up time to train with your bakeries. In a nutshell, it's basically a guest is going to come in with, as you can see the image on the screen, or if you're just dialing in, they'll come in and on the face of their phone, they will have what looks like a digital credit card that has an active number as well as CV and expiration, or perhaps they'll bring in a sheet of paper that will have the same information. And you would take and process this just like any other credit card. Imagine you're at your front register and a guest brings in their credit card and the mag stripe is not working. Same way that you would type in the information is the same way that you would input this. Just type it in and it will process through. Yifty is under the company of MasterCard, so it's a major credit card setup, so it should be fairly seamless. Again, more training and information to come. Alrighty, so we are going to also talk about bond bites, and oh my gosh, we're going to talk about Cinepack. So most of this group has been in a JollyBon meeting already, where we've spent a lot of time talking about packs, pack production, and we've spent a lot of time talking about bond bites. So this is going to be a little bit of an overview, but some of the key points we wanted to make sure we drove back in on. So we all know the profitability of our packs, whether it be a 9-pack, a 15, a 6, a 4, or even our 24 packs for bond bites. But I think this is a great spot to highlight. If you look at the cost of one of our 24 packs of bond bites, $4.29, and then if you go with our recommended pricing of $16.99, that gives you a profit of $12.70. Not convinced yet? Well, here's another way to look at it. We know packs are going to be incredibly popular for the holidays. So if we take a traditional, say a classic roll pack, whether it be a 6-pack or a 4-pack, to make this Cinepack, you're going to need to take time to thaw out a dough sheet. So there's roughly 12 hours there on the minimum. Time to roll it. If you have a really fast roller on that day, have 5 minutes. Then you have to proof it, 40 minutes, baking it, cooling it, all in all giving you around or up to 14-ish hours in order to produce that 1 pack. Now imagine you had another product that tastes just as great, but you can get it much quicker, much easier, and without as much of the challenge, if you will. I present to you again your bond bites. So if you think about a bond bite 24-pack, thaw time 0, roll time 0, proofing time, yes, there's going to be 20 minutes in the proofer, and then of course we bake and then we cool, which is going to take roughly just over an hour. So what's an easier scenario for the bakery? Assuming both sell at the same level, it's definitely going to be a lot easier to do the bond bites. The great thing about the bond bites in the 24-pack, you're building them into the bond bites tray, if you will. Bake them off first thing in the morning. You have them stacked and ready to go. They'll last you for the day. Again, excellent penny profit. Very easy for the team members to produce and to do. And then if you just look at the recovery time for the traditional packs versus bond bites, bond bites are kind of our secret weapon. Another piece to talk about some of the best practices. Now, when we talk about best practices to drive bond bite Cinepack sales, these don't necessarily come from the folks sitting in the office working or folks in the field working on the corporate team. These are actually recommendations and tips and best practices from your peers, some of you on this phone or on this line as well, but best practices that have come from our bakery. So a question for the group, or a shout out if you will, for your bond bite 24 packs, are you selling them at the $10 pack price on Tuesdays? Maybe, maybe not. I think highly recommended that you would. Other ideas that we've gotten from our bakeries that have been really successful is a BOGO, so a buy one, get one half off. So if a guest buys if a guest buys the 24 count for the $16.99, then the next one they buy at half off. And then another way of generating traffic and sales for your bond bite 24 pack is simply perhaps you do a BOGO or a buy one, get one on a Thursday and a Tuesday, just different ways to generate additional sales. So be creative, have fun, get excitement and energy behind your team with your guests. It's a great way to connect with your guests, to find what they want and how you can give it to them at that price. Alrighty, so next we are going to talk about our Ghirardelli Cinnamon Roll Hot Cocoa, or our Ghirardelli Hot Cocoa and our Cinnamon Roll Hot Cocoa. These, of course, were highlighted at our JollyBon meetings, but just to go into a little bit more depth, one of the things that we love about Cinnabon products is that they are absolutely wow. They're incredible. Wouldn't have a product that goes out to our bakeries that isn't fantastic. What I love even more is a fantastic product that is easy to make. So when you partner with a premium partner like Ghirardelli, and then a premium brand like Cinnabon, you know it's going to be good. And in this case, it's also going to be easy. So it's as simple as adding powder, hot water, whipped cream on the top, and then depending on if it's your the cinnamon roll hot cocoa or the standard hot cocoa, a little garnish of a Macara cinnamon on top. So this slide, we've just seen the hot cocoa. On the next one, we'll see our cinnamon roll hot cocoa. So again, almost identical. The difference being on this one, the cinnamon roll hot cocoa, we're adding in brown sugar Macara mix, which we already have in the bakery, and just adding a little bit of a garnish on top. So what we'll see for the promotions as we go forward, we'll talk about smallwares and ordering in a moment, but I want to take a moment and highlight on the importance of POS programming. So hopefully I don't sound like too much of a broken record, but we've talked about this for the last couple promotions. The importance of POS programming. On the Revel side, of course, it's going to be programmed for you, so you'll have to, you'll refresh your system and it'll be ready to go. On the micro system, it's imperative that we follow the step-by-step POS programming instructions. Without following the instructions thoroughly or all the way through, it's what happens is on the back end of the system, we are not able to see a clear picture of what the product mix looks like. So what I mean by that is if we can't see clearly what product mix looks like, it means that we don't necessarily know what products and or sizes are selling well, or conversely, what products and or sizes are not working well. So in the instructions that you'll see that are on this screen, it'll also come out with your POP kit, and then it'll be on the grid as well, along with PlayerLink, is the request to follow step by step. And of course, after you program your micros, it's important that you call the Lancaster support team or the POS support team in the Lancaster office at the 717-435-1666. Another thing that we're changing about how we do our POS programming is we would like to program early. What I mean by that is the Revel system should be programmed and ready to go by the 1st of November, so fully 2 weeks before the promotion begins. As soon as it's ready, as soon as it's been programmed, I would like you all to refresh your system so we can make sure everything's working. Same thing on the micros. As soon as you get your instructions or you see them online, please go ahead and program. That way we have as much time as possible before the LTO, before the promotion begins, to start the process. Alrighty, let's talk about ordering information and packaging and ingredients. So on the screen or on the line here, we've already highlighted a little bit about switching from the teal packs to the red packs for the holiday season. Also, our bakeries are going to be receiving an auto shipment of 3 cases of the Ghirardelli hot cocoa mix. Along with that, you'll be receiving, I believe in your kit, what's called a black buffet spoon. It's basically a measurement tool that you're going to need for the hot cocoa. On this next slide, we're going to see some optional smallware. So 1/9 camber or 1/9 pans, as well as the red-tipped kind of swirled bar stirring spoon. So if you don't have these, you'll definitely want them for the promotion. As most locations or a fair number of locations already had these items, we did not put it on an auto ship list. But if you don't have these items, you'll need to reach out to Wasserstrom and place your order. Alrighty, more exciting and fun news to talk about. So PlayerLink. Most everybody in this line has either heard of PlayerLink or is actively using it. But just to give the system an update so everybody knows where we are. PlayerLink, of course, we've announced for the last year that this is going to be the platform where we're going to be delivering our communication around training materials, training engagement, and so forth. So as an update for the system, we will be officially switching over to supporting only PlayerLink for our training materials and training communications beginning Q1 of 2017. So what that means for everybody on the line is if you're not utilizing PlayerLink yet, then you'll want to sign up and get going with PlayerLink before the end of the year, because starting the beginning of the year, we will not be shipping out paper materials any longer. So high-level overview again, just for anybody that might need it. For PlayerLink, it's basically a digital platform for training our team members. So why digital training? Why is this so important? When we think about our team members and we think about the bulk of the folks that work in our bakeries, most of them are young adults. And even if they're not young adults, most of them are used to engaging, connecting with the world around them in a digital fashion. What I mean by that, smartphones, smart devices, iPads, tablets, connecting to YouTube, Facebook, whatever it might be. We're used to being in a very connected world. And so when we take that mindset or that capability from our team members of engaging in a connected world, and then we partner that with training, and we partner that with training communications and team member engagement, we get a really good result. When we see how our team members engage with digital training, we see faster retention or better retention of information, faster learning, faster training, and a mastery of the skill set in a different way. In essence, the easiest way I can say it is we take the materials that our team members need and we put them where they need them, how they need them, when they need them. So if you want video, we've got video. If you want words, we have words. If you want pictures, we have pictures. We have the combination of all different mediums or modes, if you will, for adult learning, theory, and training. So on the next slide, we're going to see what this is going to look like on your iPad. So of course, you're going to have your iPad in the bakery. If you have your Revel location, it'd be your third iPad. If not, then you can, in another couple slides, we'll talk about the requirements for it, but any iPad you have will work for the system. So as you see, this is what an iPad would look like, and at the tap of a finger, you can see what your implementation guides look like. At the tap of a finger, you can see how you would engage and how you would use it for coaching and training. So when we think about PlayerLink, requirements being you'll need to have your iPad. That iPad needs to be able to run the most updated version of iOS, or basically the operating software that works for the iPads. You're going to need a minimum of 5 gigabytes of memory for PlayerLink. Now, right now, we're tracking at about 1.2 gigabytes. What that means is there's room to grow. But if you cut yourself within 5 gigabytes of having available space, it might get a little bit tight and be challenging later. Recommendations, of course, you'll want to have a protective case. OtterBox makes a great one. We'll have some other recommendations out for the group soon or for the system soon. And again, benefits, access to the most recent up-to-date training guides, videos, job aids, and so forth. Basically just an elevated team member engagement around learning and our brand and our culture. So, great question. How do I get PlayerLink? Well, if you have a smartphone, smart device that has a QR code scanner, or simply a phone that has a scanner, scan the image on your screen right now, and what that's going to do is take you to a website that will begin the process. PlayerLink is free for your locations. Now, granted, you have to show up with the iPad, but we are covering the cost of the user license. If you don't happen to have a scanner with you, there are a couple other options. You can either email myself, Paul Craythorne, at Cinnabon.com. So email address would be pcraythorne@Cinnabon.com, or Danielle Freeman in our training department at dfreeman@Cinnabon.com. Also listed on the grid, you will find a link that will get you started with the process as well. So next, we're going to talk about some key contacts. And as we talk about key contacts, let's talk a little bit about support. And let's talk a little bit about digital support, meaning PlayerLink, meaning Wand, meaning Revel, or Micros. So in general, when you have questions around technology, you're going to go to poshelp@Cinnabon.com. For all things Revel, you would go to poshelp@Cinnabon.com. For PlayerLink, same thing. Micro, same thing. On this screen here, it's going to list a couple of different pieces. So for digital menu boards, creative content change. So if you wanted to change the slide or the content for your digital menu board, you would contact Wand. Their information is listed here. If you were wanting to change menu board pricing or digital menu board pricing, you would contact our support team. Again, that would be at poshelp@Cinnabon.com. Support for marketing kits and information would be Spring Lake Station. For ingredients and packaging would be your distribution center. For all questions around operations and training after this, you would go to your franchise business consultant. General marketing for mall-based locations would be Jessica, and then general information around local store marketing would be for Lucy. So next we've got our QA screen, so we're going to go ahead and open up the lines. And again, like I say, just wanted to say thank you so much to having everybody on the line.